Hey, I'm Mark from Epic Genealogy, asking the big questions. I've done a video about this before, but let me know in the comments, are Sicilians actually Italian? Yes or no? And let me know why you think that. I got to do a follow-up. I'm not going to go through all the reasons why I believe, so you can just watch the other video, which will be linked in the description, or you can just wait to the end of this video and click on that. I did that video. I just touched on the cultural, the political, the geographical type things, and the language and whatnot. My determination is, and I know I'm a little biased here, I was raised by a Sicilian, and my mia nonna was from Sicily. All of her family was from Sicilia, and they always maintained that they were Sicilian. There was a reason why mia famiglia, even though they were in Carini, Sicilia, and I can track that with documents to the late 1400s. So something had to happen for there to be a mass migration. It's just the same as like with the Irish with the potato famine, because of those English bastard landlords. That's another video. Why I'm doing this to address this, it just seems to be, in my experience, it seems to be Italians, people of Italian descent, actually insisting that Sicilians are Italian, which Italians were the main reason why mia famiglia left Sicily, why so many thousands and thousands of Sicilians made the decision to leave the homeland. It's because of the Italians. So I recently posted something on Reddit. Harmless enough, but it is Reddit. Reddit is a damn cesspool. I should have known better. I thought genealogy there would be safe, but it's not. Somebody was insisting that Sicilians are Italian, and that no Sicilian from actually born and raised in Sicily would actually say that. So I actually have over 800 members of my descendants of Carini. I'm also a member of several other Sicilian genealogy groups there on Facebook. Everyone that I have ever spoken to from Sicily, and everyone in the group who were raised and live in Sicily, or lived most of their life in Sicily and then immigrated to the United States, everyone, unanimously, every single one from Sicily, every single one, unanimously identify as a Sicilian, not Italian. Now, I did speak with a friend of mine's wife whose family was from Tuscany, and I asked her, are Sicilians Italian? And she laughed, and she says, well, it kind of depends on who you ask. If you ask an Italian like me, she says, we always thought that Sicilians were Italian. So I laid out my argument that this guy was saying that it's always people who never set foot in Sicily that say things, like someone like me, who mia famiglia is Sicilian, but I've never actually been to Sicily. I don't deny that. I hope to get there really soon. So I lay out all the groups that I'm in, all the people I've known, everybody in my group, including someone who was raised in Sicily, in Carini, Sicilia, and immigrated to the United States, who's writing a book that they're Sicilian, not Italian. And he just said, nah, you're wrong. Nah, you're wrong. Like Vafongo, you're wrong. Isn't that just the attitude that drove my familia away from Sicily, was the Italian attitude towards him? That someone even left a comment that his father was from Calabria, and said his entire life just absolutely despised Sicilians. So Sicilians, when they immigrated to the United States, were not just looked down upon by the Americans. Okay, they were equally disdain. They had equal disdain from the Italians that were here, which is not a big secret. And of course, I have to mention, it wasn't the largest lynching in United States history. It was not against Italians, it was against Sicilians. So the Sicilians got it not just for the Americans, but they got it from the Italians. So I think it does, to a degree, come down to who you're asking, and if they know the history and the culture of the Sicilian people, one of the most conquered people in world history, that the position of Sicily in the Mediterranean made it a prime target for maybe 3,000 years. I believe that it was the Greeks who made the first big conquering of Sicily after the Phoenicians. So you were going back almost 3,000 years because of where it is in the Mediterranean. And it's obvious that Sicily was conquered by the Romans, of course.
Anybody else feel like a little giggle when I mention my friend, Dickus. Dickus.
So my position is the Sicilians are no more Italian than the Polish people are Russian, just because Russia occupied Poland for so long. I mean, an example I gave in the video is, if you just look at political, then someone like General Giuseppe Garibaldi went from Italian, and then he was French, and then back to Italian, and then back to French. Because he was not even born on the peninsula. He was born in Nice, France. And so another example would be, are the Irish or the Scottish, are they English just because they have a political, albeit a forced one, a political alliance or a part of the UK? I don't think the Irish would consider themselves English. They're still Irish. It's still a separate island. So that's going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments where you stand on this. Are Sicilians actually Italian? Yes or no? And let me know in the comments why. And if you think that Sicilians are Italian, disclose whether you're actually Italian or not, as that's part of the reason why you think Sicilians are actually Italian, when they are not. So thanks for watching, and you know what to do now.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.